page or contact Fired Up Pizza at 509-936-9121. Fired Up Pizza is a proud supporter of public radio in Stevens County.
Your KCHW morning show made possible by a donation from God-Fearing Brothers Auto Center. God-Fearing Brothers specializes in auto services, including repair, maintenance, and detailing. They also stock a full selection of tires, make glass repairs, offer towing, and have an auto sales lot on the corner of Highway 395 and Main Street at the light. For more information, you can visit the Auto Service Center at 806 East Main in Chewelah. Find them online at godfearingbrothers.com or by phone at 509-935-6414. KCHW-FM thanks God-Fearing Brothers for supporting public radio in Stevens County.
And by Chewelah Flooring.
Chewelah Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chewelah Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Del Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at CheWelahFlooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at CheWelahFlooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
Missing in action left me in LA. With her it's magic till she runs away. Hard as I try, I've gotten really good at saying goodbye to Mrs. Hollywood. She don't know what she does, the movies aren't enough, cause they don't make them about us. No. I'm just dancing with luck, or how she moved out of love. Maybe I'm being too much. She's always
That was the wrong song.
There's the cool fade.
Good morning, everybody. It is your KCHW, and that was indeed your KCHW Morning Show theme song. We are here today with myself. We have the ever lovely Paula Randall. We'll be joined at 8 p.m. with Craig McQueen and our special guest today, Nate Ostrander.
Yes, it's going to be awesome.
Good morning.
Yes, and of course, Sharon, we just have to put a plug out to you. We did remember that you were gone this morning, so we didn't panic. But it is weird not having you here. So, Sharon, I hope you're having fun. We miss you, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, so in the meantime, it's just, all you get is the two of us, and we don't have near as much information.
That actually is true. When I got here this morning, I'm like, oh, Chuck, do you have a piece of paper? And I was going to frantically try and go through our Chewelah News and Information page, but sorry, guys, if it's not on the calendar, I might not get it.
Right?
We'll do our best.
She does a lot of digging. I don't know if she does
does.
digging or if things just come to her, if the ideas just float to her in the air
Right?
on what's happening.
It's Sharon, so I mean it could because she's
Right.
like connected, and Gino. So we're not going to have the updated sports lists for where the kids are playing
Yeah.
because that's Gino and Sharon.
Well, maybe somebody's listening and they can add that in the comments,
Oh, that would be perfect.
but we'll do that.
Yes.
All right. Hey, why don't you take us through the weather?
Yes, I was going to say, it's getting kind of hot. It's not fully hot, but we're getting hot.
It has been.
And I just wanted to say, I think I'm okay with the heat. Looking at the weather, Ruidoso flooding, the flooding in Texas. There's flooding going on in a lot of different parts of our Southwest right now. And so, given the choice, I'm like, yeah, I'll take the hot. It's okay. It's okay.
Well, with that said, I'd like to give a huge shout out to the folks in Kettle Falls and Northport. There's
my gosh,
there's huge
yeah.
fires burning right now, and
Yes.
hopefully they'll get those under control very quick. I saw some footage of our 2025 Cheweah's Got Talent winner, Matthew Tippich, out there fighting fires. He wasn't sure if he was even going to make the talent show because he had signed up. He'd gone through his training by then to become a wildfire fighter.
Yeah.
So he's out there doing the thing.
Oh my gosh, stay safe, guys. thank you so much for all of your hard work. Stay safe. And for the people in Kettle Falls, we're watching and thinking, and we're here to support you guys however you need it. I know there's been some calls to get ready to have supplies ready, and the latest I saw was, wait, don't give us anything yet. Wait until you hear what we need. So
Yeah.
we all are waiting, and we're looking for that info. But
Well, I saw an updated list of things to donate this morning.
Oh, good.
After I got
Okay.
up. Yeah. Yeah. It was a lot of, beverages, food, especially food that can be portable,
Right.
prepackaged things. They asked for, they specifically named like meat sticks, stuff
interesting.
that's
Okay,
that's
good.
high
Yeah.
protein, stuff that they can, throw in their bag and carry along the way and
Yeah.
get some nutrition out of. Nothing junk food, something, healthy, portable,
Right.
and drinks, beverages, no sodas, nothing sugary or unhealthy. Things that are hydrating, water, Gatorade,
Yeah.
which I guess Gatorade is hydrating and sugary, but
I was going to say it's the electrolytes. They
Yeah,
need that
exactly.
stuff with the electrolytes in it.
exactly.
Okay, well, let's take a look at the weather and see how they're doing here. Today is going to be hot. It's going to be a high today of 91 degrees, a low of 59 degrees, with pretty much no opportunity for rain. And we do have winds, southwest 13 miles per hour in the day, and then west-southwest 10 miles per hour this evening. So that's not going to help the firefighters. So hopefully that will die down fairly quickly. Thursday, July 10th, we have a high of 84 and a low of 54. It's cooling down, partially cloudy skies. Winds again out of the west-northwest at 7 miles per hour, so they're slowing down. Friday, the 11th, we have a high of 89 and a low of 59. Partially cloudy skies again, which will help the firefighters. 0% chance of rain, but again, the winds are dying down.
Good.
Saturday, the 12th, we have a high of 95, a low of 63. Partially cloudy skies. The winds pick up again about south-southwest, 7 miles per hour. On Sunday, we have a high of 97, a low of 63, sunny, 0% chance of rain, and the winds are going to pick up a little bit again from the west-northwest at 9 miles per hour. Monday, the 14th, we have a high of 94, a low of 63, full sunny skies, low winds, and Tuesday, we have a high of 93, a low of 61, sunny, 0% chance of rain. Wednesday, a high of 96 and a low of 62. Full sunny skies, 0% chance of rain. It looks like we have, 7 days where there is 0% chance of rain. That's not good.
And temperatures close to 100 degrees.
Yeah, that's not good. Okay, well.
I will have to say, you mentioned the wind right now, and we are
Yeah.
currently in a red flag warning.
Yes.
And this is the red flag warning. It remains in effect from noon today until 8 p.m. this evening when the weather is going to die down. So this affects the foothills of Northeast Washington. Let's see. They kind of give you these like little bits and pieces, it's very dry.
Limited, yeah,
It's very dry
very dry
information.
in the wind. So today's not a good day to do any kind of burning. There is a burn
Yeah.
ban in effect. Don't throw your cigarette out the window if you smoke. Make sure you're managing all of your anything that can cause a spark. So if you have chains hanging underneath your car, your bus,
Yep.
or your truck, get those off because they do spark and throw sparks into the grass.
And for you smokers out there, do not throw your cigarette butts out the window,
Yeah.
please, for the love of God. Don't throw them out the window right now.
Bad day. Bad day.
Oh.
So yes.
Here it is, and I found that information. So a red flag warning means
Mm-hmm.
the critical fire weather conditions are occurring now or will shortly. This is a combination of strong winds, low humidity, and hot temperatures, and it is leading to extreme fire risk.
Yeah, and if that was
So-
too many words, they followed that up with hot, dry, and windy through Wednesday.
Yeah.
So be careful. Make sure to check on your older relatives and the pets outside. Keep everybody hydrated and cool.
Yes.
Yay!
Yes.
All right. Well, that
All right.
was exciting weather.
Oh yeah, super exciting. I'm ready for fall now already, right?
Oh my gosh! Right? I'm actually counting down until Halloween.
Oh, man. All right. So on our Through the Valley Lions Club calendar for today, I was jumping ahead, but we actually have a blank spot in our calendar today. There's nothing.
No.
I like to use these days to plug the fact that if it is your birthday or your
Yeah.
anniversary, we don't know about it because you did not get your name and information on the Chewelah Valley Lions Club calendar. And I know coming up in the fall, they're going to be doing their Drive Again for next year's calendars. They're going to be getting that information out
at Fall Fest, right?
I don't know. They do it. It's ongoing for a few months that they do that.
Okay, see, I turned in my info at Fall Fest
Did
last
you?
year.
Oh,
yeah.
cool. Very cool.
And the gentleman manning the booth was very insistent. Now, I hear that you do not need to actually pay for putting information on the calendar. But I will say the gentleman manning the booth was very insistent that he would not add my plethora of family members unless I bought at least one calendar. So he was a very, very good person for the Lions Club because he sucked money out of me. He's like, you will give me money. So it was awesome.
It's a good cause. The Lions Club, they do a lot of great stuff for the community. Especially with hearing and vision.
Yes, and the vision.
Yeah.
It was just so funny, though, because I was short cash and I had to run over to the dojo and borrow money from friends at the dojo and then run back to the Lions Club booth. I'm like, here you go.
Can I borrow $5? I need a True the Valley Lions Club calendar or $5.
Exactly. I'm like, I'm short. Can I borrow a couple dollars? Too funny. Oh, my goodness.
All right, well, let's get on to another calendar.
Yes.
Let's get on to our community calendar. We have a bunch of stuff happening this weekend that we're going to get to.
Yes.
Yes. So a reminder today from the Chula Chamber of Commerce, newsletter items are due. If you are a member of the Chula Chamber of Commerce and you have an item that you'd like to submit to the newsletter, you can visit you can send that to info@chawila.org. And that's, again, due today. Let's see here. And then we've got Tech Help. This one, nope, that's right. That moved to Thursday.
That moved
Sorry.
to Thursday.
We need to get a hold of them and have them change that.
Yep. But we do have pickleball, right?
Yes, we do.
Pickleball is on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. They moved it up earlier in the day. They moved it to 8 a.m. now instead of 8:30.
To beat the heat.
And they are over at the golf course on those courts. So if you want to go play pickleball, today's the day to do it. It's soft pickleball on Wednesdays, and then they're just going to not give you any quarter on Mondays and Fridays. I'm joking. I mean, they'll still help it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's hard. That's the hardcore pickleballers are Mondays and Fridays.
On Mondays and Fridays.
So set your alarm, get up to the golf course.
Exactly.
8 a.m.
8 a.m. And if you don't have a pickleball, the racket, then they have told us that they do have some available if you just want to try it out for the day. So soft pickleball Wednesdays, that's the time to go and check it out if you've never played before.
Exactly.
We also have bingo tonight if you want to go play bingo over at Fired Up Pizza from 6 to 8 p.m. My family has done that, and it's actually a lot of fun. So
Nice.
Yes, definitely go and check out bingo at Fired Up Pizza.
Bingo's always a good time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then let's see, is there anything else going on today?
I don't see anything else for today.
Okay.
But then tomorrow morning, the Chula Food Bank is open at from 10 to 2. That's in front of the Chula Senior Citizen Center at 302 East Main Avenue. Mm-hmm. And then we have the diaper distribution.
I was just going to say, yeah.
Yeah, that's I believe that's the first, what is it, the second? When is that?
It's once a month.
It's once a month.
It's got to be the second Thursday.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Mm-hmm. And that's at the St. Rosary Parish Hall. St. Mary that's hard to say for some reason this morning. Mm-hmm. The St. Mary of the Rosary Parish Hall at 502 East Main Avenue. And you can contact them for all the different sizes and everything. I do believe they also have wipes available. Mm-hmm. That kind of stuff. So
yeah, no, it's a great service for
it really is.
When you're just having a hard month and you just need those that help, that boost. Also, we have Craig Meyer karaoke going on today over at the Oasis. That is at 8:30 to 11:30 tonight. And then we have on Friday the Chamber of Commerce meeting. Right, we didn't have it last week because of the holiday.
Yes,
so they're
that's
doing
true.
It, so we're doing it on this Friday, and it will be over at Mistaqua, and you can go visit the Chamber of Commerce meeting from 7 to 8 a.m., have a great breakfast out there at Mistaqua, get back in time for some pickleball. Man, be a good day. Go to the farmer's market, pick up your donut. The donut people are back!
I know, right?
Gosh.
It was so I show up to the Friday market last week, and I get there. I had some lovely volunteers to help me set up.
Yes.
And I show up, and there's Paula with donuts.
I did.
Here, Chuck. Have your donut. Get your day started right. I appreciate that.
They let me use the tokens. Oh, those tokens are so cool. So if you don't know about the tokens at the farmer's market, you can go to the farmer market booth, and if you don't have a cash with you, you use your card, and they give you tokens. So you use your card. It's not like an ATM, but essentially you charge however much money you want, $5, $10, $15. And Ryan has made these wonderful wooden tokens. And so I had a wallet full of wooden tokens. And so I went over there to the donut people. I'm like, how many donuts will this get me? And so they gave me half a dozen. And I walked around to my friends at the market like, look, I have donuts. I have donuts. They're back.
I was trying to take one to show the camera, but I had one in my pocket.
You had a donut in your pocket?
Yeah, I had a donut in my pocket. I was going to show everyone, but it's kind of flat now. No, I had one. Oh, there it is. I had one of the wooden tokens, and that is let's see.
Wait for it.
It's the green ones. It says change given, and they work as cash. Oh, that's getting kind of close. It's getting a little fuzzy on the camera.
I was going to say, you're getting closer and closer.
I know, right?
There we go.
Yeah, they work like cash. And you know what? It's fun to have little wooden nickels, and they make all the noise.
It's so much. It really actually is. And then, local musicians, I didn't have cash, but I had a token.
Mm-hmm.
And it's $5. So I was like putting, a token in their tip jar. So really enjoying doing that. Now it's just going to be my thing. I'm going to go get tokens. And actually, Ryan said that my family is one of their biggest supporters because we just go and get tokens.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh.
That would be that's a great tip. Tip jar.
Right?
Nobody's going to get mad about a cool little wooden token that you can take to the farmer's market and get, or a whole bunch of wooden tokens that you can take to the farmer's market and get stuff. Yeah.
You can buy your lunch. You can buy the donuts. You can go and get some wonderful merchandise. You can get your fresh vegetables. You can get your meat, your eggs. You can get lotions. You can get soaps. You can buy jewelry, flowers.
That's right.
Lots of stuff.
And as good as cash in the in the Chewila Farmers Market. Very cool. Did we get off on a tangent there?
We totally got off on a tangent.
Have we even talked about the Friday market yet? Or was that us talking about the Friday market?
We were talking about the Friday market.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm not awake yet this morning.
Have some of your coffee. It's delicious.
It's still too hot to drink.
So on Saturday, we have a super special event happening because it's Summerfest.
It is.
I'm so excited. I won't be here, but I'm so excited.
I am too. So this is going to be a great one. We have the festival. The Festival Association has partnered with the Chewila Arts Guild, and they're putting on the Chewila Arts Festival and Summerfest on the same day at the same time. So they'll be going on together. There's going to be the Art Fest that would be the east side of the creek with the Children's Pavilion. They have all kinds of stuff going on. Last night we had a special show with Monica Volz.
Nice.
And Suzanne Griep, Gail Sharape. Suzanne Griep is going to be part of the art festival as well. We talked about all the amazing stuff they had, and it just went on and on and on. All the amazing stuff, the amazing artists. There's going to be like shaving cream art. There's going to be watercolors, movement. There's going to be a hula hoop relay, which sounds like fun.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah, there's going to be the leather working with Lynn Cassidy. There's going to be all kinds of fun stuff going on there. And also along with that is the Stage Time Summer Theater. They've been working hard all week to put together a show called Boxes and Hats. And that's really exciting for me. So
yeah, actually, and they just got a bunch of new hats, too. So this should be a lot of fun.
I've seen the boxes of hats back there.
See, I'm just saying, a lot of people, you ask a universe for something and it provides. A bunch of people brought in some estate clothing, and in that were some vintage hats.
Oh, yeah.
So probably the really nice feathered ones are maybe not going to be used, but I don't know. We'll see.
Better be careful. It could be proved to be a bald hat.
That was a Tempest reference. Come see the show the 19th, and not this weekend, but next weekend. But let's stay on Summerfest because you've got some amazing stuff going on the main stage.
We do. Really looking forward to that. So in addition to all the vendors, we've got a bunch of food vendors. Way too many to list. I think we're coming up on 40 vendors now for Summerfest.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be I think almost double the vendors we had last year.
Nice.
So a great amount of vendors. There's going to be a bounce house, all kinds of activities. And also, I'm very proud of the show that we've put together for this. We've got a great lineup of music. We're going to be kicking things off at 9:45 with the opening ceremony. We're going to have a presentation of colors by, I believe, the Boy Scouts.
Nice.
And our very own Rochelle is going to be from the Farmers Market, from Sayed and Silver, is going to be singing the national anthem.
Very cool.
Now, she wasn't able to do it on the 4th of July celebration. She's been sick, so hopefully she's recovered enough and is feeling better now. So to sing the national anthem at 9:45, we're going to have a little hear from our newly appointed Mayor Dorothy Knaus. She's going to be giving a little speech. Then we're going to take a little break while the Stage Time kids do their show. At 10:15, we have the Craigmire Singer Showcase.
Nice.
And this is a whole bunch of stuff from Speak of the Devil.
And
Craig
here
Meyer
he
Karaoke.
is. Craig is here.
They're gonna be. He's put together some of his, I believe, his best karaoke singers and some of his favorite singers from around.
Singers in the area.
Some of the best singers in the area.
Yes.
That's right.
Just some of the best singers in the area. That's right. I said it twice just to emphasize it that much more.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Craig has joined us
Actually,
here in
Natasha
the studio.
Forrest, who joined us on a Friday morning
Yes.
a while back, is going to open up the show.
I saw that.
That's going to be amazing. She's great.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
figured
excited.
she'll set the tone.
She can
Oh,
wail.
yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to come out hot right out of the gate, and then Mike Noel is going to be up right after her, and he is obviously he has a very large voice.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. He's a great singer.
Yep.
And so these definitely go beyond, your every night karaoke stuff. These are great singers.
Yeah.
I saw
Well,
Nicole.
then I have a special treat too.
What'd
I
you
will
do?
get to Nicole, but Adam Thompson's gonna come and play some guitar and sing some Zach Bryan for us, which is
Ooh.
if anybody is familiar with Adam Thompson, he works over for the hospital, I believe. But or no, wait, I'm sorry, his wife does. But he is he's a sheetrocker,
Okay.
like he mud and tapes. But man, the guy's got a great country voice. You know what I mean?
He rocks.
And so I got him to commit to it, which is awesome. I'm really
Nice.
excited about that.
Oh,
So
very
very
cool.
cool.
Adam Thompson will be down there, and then we got Paul Odeon. Actually, I got him to
Yes.
sign up to do it, and he's going to do an a cappella song.
And he's another Chihuahua guy. Oh, Paul.
Paul.
Yeah.
Paul Odeon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He was
that's
so excited
exciting.
about it. He was talking about singing for the Chihuahua's Got Talent, and I was like, you know what, Paul? Would you like to sing at center stage with us? And he
Oh,
was
how
just
fun.
got real excited. I
You
mean,
know, he came in. I'm gonna take a second here and talk
Yeah.
about Paul. Everybody knows Paul Odeon in town. A good friend of the station. I love the guy. He came. He's never sung for anybody before.
Yeah.
He came in to auditions and just blew us all away. He, with Catherine directing and everything, she kept telling, "Oh, open your eyes, engage with the audience." Paul stood there with his eyes closed and his head up, and it was beautiful. And he sung from his heart, and he sung from his soul, and did stuff that nobody knew Paul could do. And then he did the same during the performance. He just had a great song, and the crowd went wild. Yeah, it was really
Yeah,
nice.
we really enjoyed him. He's good.
Yeah,
He was fun. It's something that you are not expecting, that beautiful, rich voice.
right.
Yeah.
right, and just
yeah.
straight from the heart. Good stuff.
Yeah, well, and I've witnessed him sing at karaoke, so I had no problem like being Paul. Yeah, let's go, because
very
he'll sing one very, very rarely, but it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you remember, you
Yeah.
know, like
Oh,
I
yeah.
do anyway. I'm like, oh man, that guy's got a really unique and beautiful voice. And then Ronnie Hyde, who is he works up at the ski hill,
Yeah.
but he's one of my regular
fun.
karaoke guys. Always say is he can't hide because I get him in like every picture that I take. But yeah, we're gonna have Ronnie down there to sing, and I've always enjoyed being able to sing karaoke with Ronnie. Like his voice and I, like we harmonize good
Yeah.
together.
They blend really well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we blend really
Oh,
well,
nice.
and he
Nice.
just brings like an upbeat, fun, positive like atmosphere to the
Very
scene.
cool.
So I'm glad to have him on board as well.
What's the special treat? Are you going to be singing for us too?
Yeah, you never know what might happen.
Right?
We got Will Lee, running sound, so that
Nice.
means I'm not running sound. So what
Right,
am I
he's
doing? I'm
available.
hosting.
Right.
I'm making it fun, right?
There you
Nice.
go.
And making it, trying to make this less stressful for the singers, right? I'm trying to make it to where they're having fun, and then that's just going to carry on to the event itself. So, Jessica Moore is going to sing, and that's actually, she is actually Nicole's sister.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
fun.
She's
Okay.
sang before, and so I reached out to her again to see if she would like to come back, and she said yes. So
Very
she'll
cool.
be singing with us. Let's see.
Matthew Tippich is going to be there singing on
Well,
Summerfest, right?
this is just for the singer showcase.
Okay.
This is
Yeah.
we're not even the main lineup yet. This is just
Yeah.
this is how we're starting things out.
So Tristan Sellers or
Sailor, yeah.
Sailor, yeah,
Yeah.
he's going to be singing as well.
Excited. He was the 2019 Chihuahua's Got Talent winner.
Yeah,
Nice.
we're going to have Nicole Norvell,
Yes.
who is one of my great friends who likes to sing karaoke every once in a while, and Chuck wasn't even aware that she was a
I
singer.
didn't even know she was a singer. I saw her the other night at karaoke, but I didn't see her sing.
I mean, she likes to chat.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. If anybody knows that, Chuck would.
Yeah. And I think Nicole is pretty much everybody's friend in town, right?
Right. But she is actually a really just a great performer. Not just a singer,
nice.
but she just, she brings the party every time. Every time she's up on the stage, like it's just she has her own groupies and everything. It's awesome.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah.
She has that vibe everywhere she goes in everyday life anyway.
Yeah, right.
She just brings the party.
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right.
And so to round that off, let's see. I think that's everybody. Oh, Lily Moon, my she's going to be my assistant, my stage manager during the event.
Very cool.
So
Nice.
she's been already reaching out to the singers, seeing if she can help them decide on a song or
Get 'em all set.
get them all, situated. So it's
That's
nice to have
awesome.
somebody else, doing that because, if your phone starts blowing up the day of the event and you have like everybody asking you like, I don't know what I want to do. It's like you got to have some way to delegate some of that responsibility.
Oh,
Because,
absolutely.
I mean, I can't even seem to know what's going on this week already.
I know, right?
Why weren't you here earlier, Craig?
I'll be there.
No soup for Craig.
As Craig shows up in his PJs.
Okay, and then we have our Deanna Reese
Deanna,
is going to
yes.
be our final singer. So
Oh,
I've
nice.
kind of I've tried to do it in order as best I could.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she's going to slay. She's just going to.
She always slays.
Well, I know. So the first time she had ever been on a stage and performed in front of people was at Summerfest for the singer showcase the last time we did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And she just blew people away. And, she was just like, that was so much fun. I've never done that before. I'm like, you've never done that before?
Oh my gosh.
Like, how could
That's cool.
But I mean, she was probably a young mother and, had,
No time.
no time to
Yeah.
do that, right? But she just has that natural little rasp to her voice and she really wails, so it just brings it out.
And she, for not being a professional singer, she brings that
I'm
voice.
excited.
That voice is amazing. If you've never heard Deanna
and
Reese
so
sing, she's
been getting some
phenomenal.
reps under her belt. She's been hosting Friday and Saturday nights out in Valley for the last year. So
Oh, very cool.
that
very
makes a big
cool.
difference when you not just I know she probably sings when she's doing the daily chores or whatever. 'cause
Yeah.
obviously she can
Yeah.
hit the pitches and knows the songs, but it'd be nice to see just a little bit more reps under her belt.
Right, more confidence.
More
She's been
confident.
singing in public more.
I just wonder how, with that voice of hers especially, how do you figure out you can do that? You're just out there singing one day and all of a sudden you're like, oh, wow, I can hit all the
It's
notes.
all the eyeballs looking at you when you're
Right?
singing,
I can hit the same
and
notes
they
as
start
Janis
like
Joplin can
welling up.
hit. Yeah, right?
Or is that just me?
That's
It's just the sleep in my
That's
eye.
like,
It's-
well,
it's
actually,
me
I can't
too.
say. There's sometimes, like, watching Paul sing at the Chihuahua's Got Talent, my eyes
Oh,
were
yeah.
like, oh.
Music makes me emotional.
It does.
I'm going to go on another little tangent here because I wanted to talk about this at some point today. And we're talking about getting emotional during music.
Okay.
The Ozzy show the other night. Did you guys catch any of that or see the clips from
It
it?
seemed pretty emotional.
Yeah, it was Ozzy's farewell concert, and he
missed that.
came in. He had all kinds of guests performing, and just he's in a chair. He can't walk anymore. And they built him a bat throne, and it was
fun.
just yes, he can't do what he used to do anymore, but he still sounded like Ozzy. And for me anyway, that was the soundtrack to my childhood. And that's I think his music is so built into the fabric of our society that it was really touching to see. It wasn't about the music, it wasn't about the show, it was about him and
very
saying
cool.
goodbye to Ozzy. And it was a really cool emotional performance, and a young singer that he kind of passed the torch to, like officially, Youngblood, as now Ozzy's the King of Darkness, and he's passed on the title of the Prince of Darkness to a wonderful young rock singer named Youngblood. Have you heard of him?
No.
Yeah, he
Look him
did.
up.
Well, let's look him up.
He
Yeah.
did Ozzy's song Changes and absolutely nailed the performance during this show. And he's been around for a while. I've followed him on Facebook for a little while. I'm not a big metal guy. I wouldn't really call him metal. He's more just rock. But he's got the whole persona. He's got the stage presence down. Really, another performer from the UK. Really great performer. So
Yeah, that's really interesting. Yeah, I caught a few clips from the performance. I didn't watch the whole show by any means, but I've been a Ozzy fan since I can remember. I mean, I don't remember not being. Like, first time I ever heard it, I was like, man, that guy's voice is so cool, like so unique. I've been to Ozfest. I've watched him down there just getting the people going.
oh
It's
yeah,
just awesome. So, yeah, that's cool that he he passed on the torch. I was gonna make a joke, and it's kind of sensitive topic, but I'm like, what is this? The first annual farewell show? I'm sorry, I'm just kidding.
I've heard that he's done about 5 different farewell shows in his career. So.
Yeah. First annual,
right?
Some of these old rockers, they've got to be kind of surprised that they're still alive, right? With all the things that they did, they've got to be like, "Wow, I'm still here." Like the Stones, right? Or Ozzy Osbourne, and some of the other famous musicians. So they probably keep doing these last shows because they're like, "Wow, I'm still here." Wow, I'm still here.
It's like I'm looking at just this Youngblood perform him singing, and I'm just looking at the way his mouth is shaped. I'm like, yeah, he's a singer. You can just tell by the way he's structured. Like his frame is made to. It's just like the Jagger jaw. It's just like.
Oh yeah. Really,
and that comes from probably repetition, right? I mean, you're not naturally that way. Maybe.
Yeah, I think
some
so.
people maybe are. Like Freddie Mercury had I think he was just he had an extra tooth or something. What did they say in the movie? Something about how he had an extra set of teeth, so it made his jaw a little bit bigger, and he could hit a fuller range maybe that way.
He had a 4-octave voice, and his voice his vibrato vibrated at a higher frequency than any other singer.
Yeah,
so he had such a unique voice that they've done studies and studies on it.
Yeah,
because his voice was so specific, and his control and his range was so amazing.
I've seen some of those articles. Yeah, he could hit ranges and go through in a single breath, go through more range than any other human being alive.
And he had a harmonic. He had he had a dual harmonic. He was able to do things that usually you don't see unless they're Tibetan throat singers, right?
Right.
And he was able to include that in his singing as well, and you didn't really notice it unless somebody pointed it out. This is him doing two notes at once.
I've tried the Tibetan throat singing before, and I've tried to teach myself, and mostly it just makes me cough.
Right.
I've managed for a second or two to actually hit it, and it's just cool. It makes your whole body
your head
vibrate.
vibrates, yeah.
Well, and it's like the people that can whistle through their nose, right? So if you can get that whistle going and you can hum at the same time, then you can hit 2 pitches at once, right? But I mean, it's kind of like the whistle becomes a droning note.
Oh yeah.
But then you can hum like a tune. Yeah, it's interesting the type of stuff you can do.
I can whistle breathing in and breathing out without missing a beat. I don't know if that's a talent or not.
Show us right now, Chuck. Show us right now.
Oh, guys. It's really hard to whistle when there's something in front of your face.
Pressure's on all of a sudden.
I know, right?
So I'm being silly. One thing we have not talked enough about, and I know we're going to go back to the music, but do you know what is also happening at Summerfest?
What's that?
The Duck Regatta.
The Duck Regatta, of course.
And we have not been talking about the Duck Regatta. I mean, rubber ducks, all numbered, racing down the creek. I mean, come on.
Yep. And it's a crick, not a creek.
I know, you like that? I did that deliberately just for you, Chuck. I'm like, is he going to catch that? Right? And, somebody's going to have to run pell-mell down the side of the creek like I did last year. Remember, I was trying to do the live broadcast to see the winning duck.
Duckies on the post,
exactly.
too.
Who's going to do it?
Yeah.
I know.
You're not even going to be here.
I'm not going to be here.
It might have to be me. I don't know. Hopefully I don't have to be on stage at the same time.
Well, that's why Craig is here.
We need a designated duck announcer. What is it? It's you're announcing the Duck Regatta.
Exactly. And you
a
have
live
to follow
commentator.
The
live commentator.
Ducks.
I mean, I have wireless mics. Chuck.
See?
I mean, we
There
got to
you go.
incorporate this in, man.
We can do this because last year was epic because I went.
I mean, nobody's going to be looking at the stage. They're all going to be looking at the ducks floating down.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. So you can still buy your ducks. So Friday at the farmers market they have a table. So if you want to sponsor the Lions Club who does the Duck Regatta, go get your duck because it's a big deal.
And the money from that goes to an even bigger deal,
Yes.
the Anna Schindler Foundation.
Yes.
Now, this is a very, very cool foundation. It's based in Spokane, so it's local. It goes to local families. What it does is it provides clean housing for
sterile housing.
Sterile housing, because for children, for families of children that are going through cancer treatment.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of these kids, their immune systems are
Compromised.
Yeah. They're at zero. They need to be in a controlled, sterile environment. And it's a place that they can usually only get in the hospital. So what this allows is the families to go and be with their children instead of having to commute, especially out here, instead of having to commute back and forth into Spokane every day to spend an hour or two with their kid. they can temporarily move into these homes and live and still be a family with their children.
And another big part of it that is also the cost of it. So a lot of families can't afford to go down and spend the gas money and the hotel cost to try and stay in a hotel, and then they worry about
months.
for a long extended periods of time, and then the fear, what am I introducing to my child? What I've been kind of out in the public. What am I bringing in? So these houses allow them to stay. They don't have to worry about what they're bringing in. They can know that they are in a safe space, that their child is there.
Yep.
They can be with them. It's a big deal.
And provide in-home care for their kids as well. Yeah. So very
big
cool
deal.
stuff. Very
So
cool
come
stuff.
support the Duck Regatta because it's rubber duckies.
It's quacktastic.
I love it. It's so much fun to see them, and they have somebody catching them at the end. That was almost a whole
That's a
nother
chill.
thing.
I bet the creek's really chilly still.
Oh, yeah, but it's really nice. It's going to be almost 100
It's gonna
degrees
feel
that day.
good.
Yeah, but it's going to be nice.
So speaking
That's
of
the
which,
job
what
I'd
kind of
want.
shade do we have for the stage?
You're so funny.
we are getting the main stage tent.
So we're
that we set
encouraging
up
people to bring
downtown.
umbrellas.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're gonna get the main stage tent that we use for the downtown festivals.
Oh, you're going to set it up on stage. Okay.
Yeah, and that's of course borrowed. Thank you very much to Stephanie Westhoff, who's letting us use. That's their personal tent that we use every year for those festivals.
Oh,
every
wow.
time. So
Is that gonna work with the dancers and stuff? Is it big enough?
I think we're gonna have to make it work because it's gonna be hot, and we're gonna make sure we get some shade over the top of that stage.
Yeah, because the concrete. So if it's like 95 degrees.
So we need plenty of fans to show up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Lots of fans.
Lots of fans are good.
Lots of
Air
fans. And bring your
movement.
fans.
And yeah, if you're going to come and listen to some of the music, bring a sit-upon, bring a little towel or a blanket or something, because the seats at the theater are metal.
Yeah.
So be mindful of that. You're not going to want to try and sit down there in your shorts. So bring something to sit on.
I always use the term sit upon as something that you always carry with you.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
My sit upon. Yeah.
Too
All right,
fun.
so let's get back into the main stage performance. I love that we're talking about all the other stuff though, and we kind of got divulged there, but the moment seemed right. I took it.
Absolutely.
All right, so then at 11:45, we're going to have Danny Bacon, and I'm really excited about Danny. She was a guest on our show, probably 6 months ago or so at least.
She was one of our first.
Yeah, and really she blew me away. Just a wonderful, wonderful singer.
She's got that little yodel in her voice.
She really does,
She did, and really
man.
thought-provoking lyrics. Remember, I had all the lyrics, and I was like, oh my gosh, she said this and this.
You were
and this.
taking notes?
Yeah, I was just like, whoa. Yeah, she was really inspiring.
Well, I know she's performed like around the Republic area a lot, and I've seen her over in Medellin Falls. So I mean, getting her down to Chewila is going to be awesome for her.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. I'm looking forward to hearing her again.
Yeah.
All right, then we have for at 1:30. I'm excited about these guys too. Planetary Refugees.
Yes.
I met Richard. I've gotten some of their music on CD. It's what I listen to. And if I can't get KCHW to come in, going down the road, I've been listening to their music quite a bit, and I really
fun.
really enjoy it. Then we have another one. God, I'm excited about all these guys. Zach Pass at 3:15. Wonderful man, great singer. He's got that sort of deep, sort of natural, raw, emotional voice. That's really
Dark
good.
folk.
Dark folk, yeah.
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 Did we have him
Great
on
singer.
the station?
Yeah,
too?
we've
I was
had all
gonna
these
say.
people on the
Oh, yeah.
station. This is awesome. This is like the
KCHW Morning Show reunion.
Yeah.
Northern Lights Spotlight showcase.
Well, Craig, you always bring us the best musicians. So
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I
all
mean,
we're doing.
we're fortunate to have such great musicians in our community, and just reaching outside. I mean, I'm finding like Luke Stuvega. There's so many
yeah.
that we have brought in that have been just awesome. I mean, just and so unique, you know. And I think that's important to have a diverse music scene. And we're just, I mean, it's just things are popping around here. It really is.
absolutely.
And that's what I'm saying. Like all these singers, these are like just regular, everyday people mostly. I mean, Deanna's been hosting, but like Ronnie, I mean, he works a day job. He gets out and sings just for fun,
Yeah.
But it's cool to give them the chance to be on the big stage and showcase their talents.
Yeah.
It really is.
And
It really
one thing
is.
I have been saying, I've been going down to Spokane a lot, and I'm like, you guys, there's live music in Chewila almost every night. So you need to come up and visit more because we're hopping. We've got stuff happening up here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, I know I'm doing live music every night because I'm rehearsing and I'm
Yeah, I was gonna
writing a score for a movie, and there's all kinds of stuff happening in my
Yes.
world.
Just going over to Craig's and catch some live music every night.
I know, just knock on the door at Flowery Trail, right?
Yeah, just look for the Venmo.
Yeah,
Venmo
right.
thing. That's where I'm at. No, I'm just kidding.
$15 cover charge.
That's terrible.
That would be great. Just charge a cover charge for your daily rehearsals.
Right?
I love it. I love it.
Do you like some interesting
Hey, you
music?
figured out my business model.
All right, so then we're going to welcome the Stevens County Stompers to the stage after Zach is done. Craig, I'm sorry I put you in a super challenging spot there for doing a turnover with no time in between. So
Did you realize that I could ride a unicycle and juggle? Weve talked about that.
I did. You are the cozy
Right?
nook
So
kid.
you think you're a good juggler?
You are the cozy nook kid, man.
It was like-
And then 5
that's why I have. That's why I have. Henchmen.
That's right.
I love it. The henchman. We need to get them shirts that say henchman. Craig's henchman.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking with one of the bands the other day.
I got a mental note on that one.
Right?
I was talking with one of the bands yesterday, and he was, concerned about changeover time, and I'm like, "Don't worry, man. We got a good pit crew. We're in good hands." Right? So then we have at 5 p.m. Matthew Tippich, our 2025 Chula's Got Talent winner.
Fire.
If he's not out fighting fires, he has
I was
said
gonna say with the
that
Kettle Fire, you said he was out there at the Kettle
Yep.
Falls.
he has said that does have priority over
Yeah.
his performances. So hopefully he'll be able to make it, but hopefully he won't be out fighting fires. Hopefully they'll get everything under control in time.
Yeah, what a scary situation going on up in Northport. I saw some of the footage.
It really is. As of yesterday, over 1,000 acres burning.
Oh my
so,
gosh.
Matthew,
Matthew, thank
you're-
you for doing your service, man. Be safe out there,
Yeah,
buddy.
be safe.
and if you
all of you.
if you can't make it, the show must go on, and we'll be thinking
Craig
of you.
will
and
yodel
we'll get him
on the
a-
unicycle.
Craig's gonna yodel on the unicycle for an
Well,
hour.
I think Will Lee's been picking up accordions, so we'll just throw him up there.
Oh, there you
The
go.
wolves,
There you go. I love it. All right. So then we have Infusion after that from 6:30 to 7:30. Wonderful, wonderful band. We've got the Bergman Jr. and Senior, Dave and David. We have Lynn Miner and Oli rounding things out for that band, a jazz funk fusion band, and they're always a lot of fun. And then ending out the night, we welcome back Nate Ostrander to the stage. Nate is in the waiting room on the Zoom call waiting to join us on the show.
Very cool. Hey, Nate.
Hey, Nate.
So he can't hear us now because he's waiting in the waiting room. And I
He's
haven't
in
let
the
him in.
void.
gotcha.
Yeah, he's in the void.
Oh, man. Sorry, dude.
So we will.
Oh, boy.
We're gonna go ahead and probably take our break in a little bit and come back with Nate. Oh, sorry. Go
I
ahead.
have a quick question.
Okay.
So, is there ever going to be, are you going to bring back the rides, do you think, for Summerfest ever? Because that's a question I get. People
That's something
"Oh,
people really want to know.
Chautauqua always had the rides. Are you ever going to bring back the rides? So is Summerfest ever going to bring back the festival ride aspect of it?
As of right now, I don't know. I can't answer that question.
Okay.
But a
What a novel idea, though.
Right?
a lot of people do like it. And
Yeah.
Me personally, of course, I have no say in this. And if
I can bring the circus. I don't know if I can bring the carnival.
right, we'll do whatever we can. But to me, I'm not good on carnival rides.
Well, you
I can't.
Yeah,
we want
I
other
can't-
people to ride them
I can't
too,
do
you know?
them. I get
Hey,
sick.
let's go ride the zipper together, Chuck.
I get sick in the funhouse with the wavy mirrors, man.
I know, right?
I have a weak stomach. I can't do it.
And I know we have to go to break because Nate is waiting. Sharon is not here, and so Craig is joining us to help us host this morning.
He's like, why aren't you here at the studio, Craig?
Exactly, right?
I'm at a
So
different
it's
studio.
not
Sorry,
Friday,
Will.
It is Wednesday, and he actually forgot this morning. That's why he was late. No, she's joking.
No.
And then Katie, darling, thank you
I
for
remembered.
the update. Exactly. Thank you for the update. She says that Watch Duty app says that it was 3,200 acres and not 1,000, so it has grown.
Oh, yeah, that's big.
So it's moving. It's
Well,
moving and growing.
with the winds and the heat and
Yeah.
the dry, it's
Yeah.
not a good time to have a big fire raging right now.
No. So firefighters, be careful out there. Families, be careful. Look, keep updated. Be aware of your evacuation route and be aware of what you need to have for evacuation 3, evacuation 2, the different levels, and be aware of what those levels are.
Exactly. Man. And Will just said he's got a unicycle and some chainsaws to fill in that gap if Matthew can't make it. So we're going to go
That's my man. That's my man.
We're going to go ahead and take a break. We're going to come back with Nate Ostrander in the second half of the show. Stick around. Don't go away. We'll be right back with the KCHW Morning Show on KCHW 102.7.
Quick.
Right?
Chuck, we got it. I can't do that.
All right, so I'm gonna let Nate in. Those of you listening online are still able to hear this conversation.
Yes.
So we're gonna let Nate in.
You're welcome, Will. Can you turn? Oh, I can hear.
I was gonna say it looks like it's up.
Alrighty, I've let Nate in. Hopefully he didn't get tired of waiting for us and leave. There we go.
There he is. There he is.
He's digitized. It's probably buffering or something.
Maybe. Are you with us, Nate?
I can hear you.
Oh, we're hearing you just a little bit. Sounds like we're having to
maybe reconnect. Maybe is that the easiest way to fix that?
I don't know.
Is your internet good there, bud?
Oh, we're not able to hear you, Nate. We're just kind of hearing a little sound here and there.
It could be even your connection to your microphone.
Don't worry, Nate. If you can hear us, we're not live on the air yet. We are streaming out to people listening on there. There, I see video.
Is it coming now?
There you go.
That works.
Yeah, it's like finishing linking up or something.
There we go. Oh,
Much
looks like you're
better.
outside on the patio. Outstanding.
Let's try this.
What a nice morning.
Does that work?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got you. We got you.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Oh, nice. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get back to the news because we're on our break right now. So you'll hear our news and our sponsorships, and then we'll get back into the show with you. Are you ready? Do you have any questions before we start?
Sounds good. Nope.
All
Ready to go?
All right, cool, man. We'll be right back with you in a minute.
Yeah.
Back and said, I don't know what this is.
FinCEN is short for the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, part of the U.S. Treasury Department. Under the BOI rule, failing to file could lead to fines up to $10,000 and 2 years in prison. At the end of last year, nearly 17% of Ohio small businesses had filed with FinCEN. Backers of the BOI rule said it was needed to crack down on fraud by shell companies. This story was produced in association with Media in the Public Interest and funded in part by the George Gunn Foundation. Farah Siddiqui reporting.
And school funding is ranked as the top education priority in a spring survey of 850 Marion County voters by Rise Indy.
Rise Indy specializes in closing the academic achievement gap for historically marginalized communities. Chief of Staff Jasmine Jackson says a child's access to a good school should not be determined by income, networking, or their ability to get to a certain school.
The political work allows us to support education champions and keep them honest and accountable. Our policy work allows us to work with elected officials to promote kids, and our programmatic work allows us to train them through literacy, through board governance.
U.S. News and World Report says almost 38% of students in Indianapolis public schools are black, slightly more than 36% are Hispanic, and 21% are white. I'm Terry D. reporting.
This is Public News Service. Most Gen Z high school students and their parents are unaware of the range of options available to kids after graduation, according to a new survey.
The Gallup panel findings reveal more than half of families know a great deal about working at a paid job or earning a bachelor's degree, but feel far less informed about alternatives, such as certification programs or apprenticeships. Jeff Bulanda with the nonprofit Jobs for the Future says too often family conversations about post-graduation plans occur too late.
Young people actually really trust and rely on their parents' guidance. 90% of young people said they rely on their parents' guidance when it comes to education and careers.
In the survey, just over half of all parents reported they frequently have those conversations with their high school-aged child, but that number jumps to 65% for high school seniors. Bulanda says students engaged in those discussions are far more likely to show interest in career and education alternatives. I'm Brett Pivito.
And people who are pregnant while they're in jail or prison often give birth without medical assistance, support, or basic safety protocols. That's according to a new report from the Prison Policy Initiative.
Eastern Kentucky-based Amanda Hall works for the criminal justice advocacy group Dream.org. She says the Commonwealth has made strides to address how pregnancy is treated behind bars. She points to 2018's Senate Bill 133, which improved conditions for women going into labor, and 3 years later, Senate Bill 84. It prohibits solitary confinement for pregnant and postpartum women, provides 6 weeks of postpartum care, and connects connects them with social workers to develop reunification plans with their children.
These bills actually ban the shackling of pregnant women while giving birth, and also put into statute a pregnant medical release for pregnant people who have a substance use disorder.
The report compiles data from the cases of 35 mothers and newborns between 2013 and 2023. This is Nadia Ramlagan for Kentucky News Connection.
And just about everybody likes to get something free. Right now, that's the case for kids ages 12 to 17 who can get fishing and hunting licenses at no cost from the Nevada Department of Wildlife.
The license is good for 1 year and normally sells for $15. Bobby Jones, Outdoor Connection Coordinator for the Nevada Department of Wildlife, says the free licenses are funded by donations to the Nevada Youth License Fund.
This is actually the third year that the program's been active. We keep it open as much as possible. We're just limited by the amount of donations that we have. Right now, we have almost 2,000 available, and they go fast.
Youth can get a free license on the Nevada Department of Wildlife website, ndowlicensing.com, or wherever the licenses are sold. I'm Suzanne Potter.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
It's 8:17.
Your KCHW morning show is made possible by donations from
Colville Toyota. Colville Toyota, located at 160 West 3rd Avenue in Colville, offers new and used vehicle sales and service. Vehicle sales is open 8:30 a.m. till 7 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with a Toyota Express Maintenance Center open 7:30 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. More information on Colville Toyota's vehicle inventory and services is available at colvilletoyota.com. A small-town dealership with a big heart.
and by Chihuahua Flooring.
Chihuahua Flooring at 214 East Clay in the 3rd Street Mall offers a wide variety of products including carpet, ceramic and porcelain tile, vinyl and laminate planks, and vinyl sheet flooring. Chihuahua Flooring carries products for both commercial businesses and residential homes, including brands like National Flooring, Dell Tile, Mannington, and Mohawk. They also offer blind repair. For more information, you can visit online at chihuahuaflooring.com, call 509-935-8021, or via email at chihuahuaflooring@gmail.com.
This is KCHW 102.7.
There we go.
There was a pause.
There was a little pause there.
Hey there, Nate.
Come on, boy.
Yeah.
That's a real life cowboy.
Dun, dun.
All right.
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. Nate, since you've never been on a Wednesday before, we've had you on before, but it was a Friday. That is our local Wednesday roundup little theme intro there. So we are back with myself.
Okay.
He's like, okay.
Right in
I
with
wasn't
the
aware of
worst
it either. I thought it was
impression.
just for you, Nate.
So we're back with myself, Chuck Ritchie. We have Paula Randall, Craig McQueen, and our very special guest Nate Ostrander. Welcome, Nate.
Yay.
Thank you.
How-
You good to be here, guys?
Yeah, how you doing this morning, man?
Sleepy. It's too early for me.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you.
But I'm good. Good. It's hot. It's sunny. It's beautiful. So I'm ready to go. Yeah.
There we go.
Outstanding. You look all relaxed out there on the porch with your cup of coffee. I'm kind of jealous.
Great spot.
Nice. Outstanding. So yeah, we're really excited to have you back this year at Summerfest. We had you play here in the radio station. You put on a great show for us.
Mm-hmm.
And your band Karma's Circle came and played last year at Winterfest, but it was a little cold.
To say the least.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was insanely cold.
Yeah, we should have
You guys
scheduled
tried
you
your
like
best.
4 in the afternoon,
Right?
during
I know, right?
Summerfest, and you would have been melting.
Oh,
Well,
man.
yeah, that's true.
Instead, we put a
Yeah,
firefighter there. No, I'm
Right?
just kidding.
Oh man, yeah. Between the weather and the fact that everyone else had already left, and I felt bad for cutting you guys short, but the four of us that were out there were rocking to you, man.
Well,
I was dancing up a storm.
I was
don't
gonna
know.
say,
about
I
you
know
guys.
your knee was very, very warm because that's where the heater was. It was.
Yeah.
Yeah, those heaters were no joke, too. They're blowing like crazy in there. But the downfall of those heaters was they're like those propane heaters.
Yeah.
So I was just breathing in all the propane kind of afterburn smell and everything
Oh,
while I was trying
man.
to sing.
Meanwhile,
It's
your
like-
fingers are cramping up around the cold strings.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played before you, and it wasn't much. I mean, it got colder, but it was. I mean, it was not warm on that stage, even with the heaters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm used to the propane because that's how most people like heat their job sites, you know. So it's like working out and that stuff. Usually it's ventilated, you know, like that was very ventilated.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
If it's any consolation, future bands during Winterfest are going to be playing inside the tent. Where it's warm.
yeah. Learned our lesson there.
The big beer garden tent. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you want the music next to the beverages. I mean, that's just.
Right. Got to keep the singers lubricated.
Well, yeah, and the audience, you know.
So now we're going to bring you back for the other opposite extreme. It's going to be almost 100 degrees.
Right? We're putting you through the ringer.
Get the AC units out there. Yeah, portable AC.
You know how you had the fans? We'll have a little tiny fan that will hold up to you. We can be like, wee, to try and cool you down.
Like one of those battery operated ones.
Yeah, one of the little tiny ones. Wee. There'll be a person standing on either side of you. Wee.
I've thought about putting one of those misting fans on stage, but with the instruments, probably not the best idea.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So just to let you know, Nate, like I've performed on Chautauqua's center stage, which this is Summerfest. Chautauqua has been quite a few years not running, but that was a 4-day event. It kind of extended into a fourth day because we had like our own like kind of thing on Thursday where we had a talent show and whatnot for the local community. But we would always play at about 3 or 4 in the afternoon when the sun was just blazing. Just blazing, yeah. And I can just remember, tuning was a challenge. Just the instruments, like getting them acclimated to the heat a little bit, and yeah. But anyway, you guys are playing later than that, so it shouldn't be as bad. It should be starting to cool off by the time you guys are getting up on stage.
Well, I remember Chautauqua days because I ran sound for Chautauqua days for years.
Oh,
I don't even know
wow.
how many years, probably 10 years or something.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I was out there. So I'm sure I ran sound for you while you were playing music.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for Bob Levan, is that who you work for?
Yep, that's right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, cool. So
Nice.
yeah.
You guys are name dropping now.
Yeah.
So tell us what you've been up to since we saw you last. You performed here, I believe it was it in April? I think it was sometime in April. It was a while ago.
Something like that. Yeah, I've been super busy with the businesses and making more music and working on a new release that's going to be coming out hopefully in August.
Nice.
It's called Ramble. Yep. Still working with Donnie Emerson. He's doing the producing.
Very cool.
It's a long process getting these songs done.
Oh, I can imagine. So that's a single that you're working on releasing, right? Or is it the whole? Nice. So what?
Yeah, it's called Ramble.
Ramble. So where'd you get? Are we gonna be able to hear a sneak peek of that, or nobody gets it till it gets released?
Nobody gets it till it gets released. Yeah,
Okay.
because kind of like last time when we worked with Lover's Will, that first release, it ended up getting a write-up in the New York magazine.
Nice.
Magnet magazine. And so because they had basically the rights to the premiere of the song, I wasn't able to give it to anybody until they had done their premiere.
Oh.
And so that's what we're hoping for again on this song, to get another write-up with somebody. So
Okay.
we're gonna keep it on the down low until then.
Right. No, I hear you.
We have Lover's Will up on the screen right now. So your newest song about a narcissistic relationship. Wow. Donnie Emerson did the song, and it's going to be producing the rest of the songs for the upcoming album. Nice.
Yeah, very cool.
Very cool. Yeah. So a little bit. You've been working with Donnie Emerson. Tell us a little bit for the people that don't know who Donnie Emerson is. Can you tell us the story of Donnie?
Sure. Yeah, the short story of him. So Donnie was a 16-year-old, musician trying to make it and do his thing and get known and everything. And him and his brother made this album called Dreamin' Wild. And it basically did nothing at the time. And then 30 years later, he got discovered. It's a long story short, but there's a movie out called Dreamin' Wild that really tells the whole story of how he kind of came to getting discovered with his music and stuff. So I won't give the whole story away,
right?
Because people can go watch the movie Dreamin' Wild. But basically, his music got discovered later in life, and and he went on to do some really cool stuff. So anyway, he's the guy who's now producing my music, Lover's Will, the last one, and Ramble, and hopefully all the rest of the albums.
Very
nice.
cool.
And he does occasionally drum with you too, right?
Yeah, he played the drums on Lover's Will. And I mean, he plays everything.
Nice.
He plays, he's kind of a virtuoso, he plays the guitar, he plays the piano, he plays the drums, he plays the bass. I mean, he kind of does it all.
That's awesome.
He didn't play all those instruments on that song, but he did the drums on that one. I'm kind of doing the same thing on Ramble. So I'm doing, the vocals and the guitar work, and I'm doing the bass and did basically the drums.
Yeah, I've actually jammed with you before on when you played drums, Nate. I remember that. I remember you jumping over to the drums and we did some like Alice in Chains or something. It was fun. This was back when I had the restaurant and I booked you at my restaurant.
Yeah.
We did a little after his show. We kind of did a little ad lib jam session. And he immediately,
fun.
as soon as I started playing guitar, he jumped on the drums. And he was just like, we were just like high schoolers again.
That's awesome.
Just going to town. Yeah,
this is why you need to open your restaurant again.
Yeah, right. Yeah, these kind of things. Yeah.
So how many instruments do you play, Nate? And what's your favorite?
I don't know if we have enough time for that.
Right?
No. So, well, I played trumpet all the way from grade school through high school and then into college, into music college also. So trumpet is one that I've been playing a long time, but I absolutely hate it. I always hated playing the trumpet. I think it probably stems from, when you're young, you get braces, right?
Mm-hmm.
And holy cow, I had to play trumpet with braces and just, rips up the inside of your lips and stuff. And but I just, power through it because I wanted to keep that first chair spot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Well, right. Yeah.
I can't even imagine. Yeah. My sister played trumpet in high school, but nobody really ever wanted to hear that.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, and that was the hard part too. Like practicing at home was tough because of that. Like it's too loud, nobody wants to hear it. So it was tough to keep up on it, but somehow I kept the first chair seat all the way through. Yeah, it was kind of weird. So that, a little bit of piano, and then of course the guitar, bass, drums, and vocals. That's about it.
Well, we know you can wail both with your voice and on the guitar, man. Yeah. It's really something. So tell us what people are going to hear on Saturday.
Yeah, like who's your band you're bringing up? Are you bringing up the guys that played here in the studio, or do you got some different musicians joining you?
It says Karmic Circle.
Oh,
no, this is it'll be the same drummer that was there in the studio.
Okay.
And then a different bass player. I had a keyboard player lined up, but something came up with their family, so he had to step out. But so we're just going to do a 3-piece.
Oh, okay.
Very cool.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a cool 3-piece. So it's going to be kind of a mix between what the stuff Karma's Circle would do and then all of my original stuff. So
that's going to be great,
still,
man.
Yeah, it's still just Nate Ostrander and, the thing he does.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be like I say, I'll just mix it all up, keep the party going. We'll do most of my up-tempo original stuff rather than all the slow mushy-gushy stuff.
Well, you're going to be providing exactly what our community needs at the end of this festival. A lively, entertaining, funky, danceable band. So that's what we want.
Yeah. Absolutely, and it's always good to have a good reason for people to stay around. And I know, the show you did here blew everybody away. I mean, we were all so impressed.
Thank you.
It's another one of those, we just had Igor and the Red Elvises that played on a Monday night last week. I tell people all the time, this is not something that you're going to want to hear about how great it was the next day. You're going to want to be there.
Yeah.
And just like the show we did last week, people keep coming up to me.
Like, when are you doing that again?
I heard how great it was. You guys going to bring them back again? Well, right now, for all those people that said the same thing when you performed here, yes, we're bringing Nate back. He's going to be here on Saturday.
Yes. Yeah, come down to the park.
Yeah.
Enjoy a fun community celebration with everybody. I mean,
you know what? The town is small enough. Just crank up the volume. We'll hear it, and then we'll all come down.
And Will knows how to do that.
There you go.
Yeah,
exactly.
Okay,
yeah. Will is in charge of that, and we got plenty of power.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And the show is free to the public. Yeah, we got 9,000 watts cranking out.
Yeah.
That may not be huge by some standards, but for Chihuahua, that's pretty big.
That's pretty big. No, we had somebody closing out Summerfest last year, and I remember we couldn't get him off the stage or something. They kept playing. It was like 11 o'clock at night. We're like, be quiet.
Well, we'd had some sound issues, and by the time those sound issues got worked out, it was already getting pretty late. And they're like, "No, man, we're gonna play all our good stuff now that we got the sound down."
Now I got the sound down. I remember being at my house, and I live about a mile from town, and I could still listen to the music that was going on downtown. I'm like, "Oh my goodness!"
Of course, last year that sound system, we literally unboxed it earlier that day.
Yeah. It was to the point where they're asking me for advice. I'm like, this is beyond me, man. I'm sorry. I'm just, it's tough when you're not, you got to have a plan.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, there was a plan, and there was somebody, taking care of it. I wasn't going to get my hands in there at that moment, need to let them work it out. So
exactly.
Yeah, which it has been done now, so it's good.
Well, lucky I'll be there on Saturday. You'll have a pro engineer on site. So.
Perfect.
Heck yeah. we'll be like, Nate, can you stop playing for a minute and help us figure this out?
No, yeah, well, and I trust Will, and we've worked with Will. He was the one who helped us during the live performance. So it's great to have.
He did incredible. Yeah, the last time when I was there at the studio.
Yep.
Yep. You guys all did incredible with running the sound and setting everything up and.
Yeah,
and the whole show.
And I'll be like focusing on the monitors and being the stage manager, so you'll be in good hands. I feel like but it's always nice to have other points of view, and when things are going on, it's nice to be able to like solve the problem quickly. Troubleshooting is no joke.
Now, speaking of danceable music, now I have to put the shout out to everybody. Since you're going to be at the park, we have a whole bunch of space for people to be dancing in front of that stage. Just saying, it's grass. It'll be a lot of fun.
We're going to have hula hoops.
There will be hula hoops, actually, at the Children's Center. And so last time, people were dancing. Well, I was dancing. Okay, I'm going to out myself. Over at the concessions area and by the door. And I'm like, yeah, I'm grooving. But now there's actually space. There'll be space to dance.
Right.
Absolutely.
Cool. I don't know how to hula hoop, Chuck.
Well, luckily for us, you're going to be on stage singing, so we get to do the hula hoop.
Right, but you can, before you go on stage, you can go over to the kids' center and you can find out how to hula hoop. Because maybe you can have, a hula hoop on your knee while you're keeping time, and then you've got the guitar, and you're wailing. I mean, that'd be...
You could use the hula hoop as your metronome.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, we had, people doing... they weren't doing the fire twirling or whatever, but they were using glow sticks and stuff, dancing in front. Yeah, that's cool.
Actually, I do believe last year we did have fire, didn't we?
Did we have fire?
I'm not sure. I think we did have actual fire last year.
There was actual fire there.
Remember about the four-letter word?
Yeah, we're not supposed to say that word around here right now.
Yeah, it's just not the time of year to be talking.
We are going to skip that this year.
Yeah. We had to actually just evacuate all of our horses from one of our businesses, Pacific Northwest Guided Trail Rides.
Oh my gosh!
Oh no!
The Aubrey fire came up, and it was on the part of the land that we run that business in the Riverside State Park.
Oh no!
So that was on That was on Sunday, so we had to evacuate all our horses and grab all the saddles and everything, and we still haven't been able to go back yet because there's still flare-ups happening. So our business has been shut down now since Sunday.
Wow.
So when you ask me how you been doing,
that's it. That's how you've been doing.
Oh my gosh, that's a.
Well, I noticed on a lighter note, you got a gig on Friday night this week as well, and then it looks like Sunday. So I mean, you're playing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday this weekend. So it's good to see that you're
and then,
busy on the music side of things.
Absolutely, summer's always crazy with gigs. They just stack up, you know. I'm playing, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then I jump again and do, I think, a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday again.
Yep, exactly. Yep, I'm seeing that. You got a private party in, a couple different venues that you're doing, and I try to make sure to announce those on our Friday show when I can. So I'll try to include that into the spotlight.
Yeah.
So,
When you're doing
I'm
Pig
going
Out
back
in the
over
Park.
to Seattle. Pig Out in the Park's happening too, August 29th. That's going to be a great show too. Everybody should come out to that one because it's going to be just all my original music, and it'll be the full band.
Nice.
And it'll be Ron Green will be on the keys and guitar again.
Very great.
Like at the studio.
I don't know if you know this, but I'm a fan of Ron Green.
Yeah, I know. You've got his signed picture on your wall.
I know, right? No, I love that guy.
So Brooke Ostrander is saying tambourines ? Smiley face, smiley face, smiley face.
Oh, he's got a tambourine player. It looks like.
Is that one of your?
I guess I just recruited a new person in the band, huh?
Oh my gosh, is that all it takes? Oh my god, that's awesome.
Well, she is my wife, so I can't really say no to her.
I play a pretty mean kazoo. If you ever need a kazoo player on the side.
I can do castanets. We'll do that.
Perfect. If anybody can play the spoons, then just hop up there and take over.
Hey, I've
Do a
seen
spoon solo.
I've seen some pretty awesome spoon performances. So
right.
So there's that. Hey, so really quick, I want to play "Lover's Will," if it's a good time for that. You think? So tell us about the song. This is one of your releases off your latest album.
That's right. So "Lover's Will" was released November 22nd. It was produced by Donnie Emerson. It's got a few different people on it. Dan Spalding played the bass. Donnie Emerson played the drums. Ben Rose played the second guitar, and then, of course, me doing guitar and vocals.
Mm-hmm.
You started to read kind of the description of the song, but it's really kind of about narcissistic relationships and just how that happens to most people in life. We end up somehow at some point getting into a narcissistic relationship of some sort, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of about that, and it's got some double meanings in there in the lyrics. And if you take a listen, you'll catch on to it.
Yeah, I've got the lyrics open right now.
Very cool. So here we go. "Lover's Will" by Nate Ostrander.
Thank you.
Nice.
Nice.
I love that song. That's it's one that's actually in my regular playlist that I listen to pretty often. So I
Right
appreciate
on,
that, man.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you.
Oh,
What's that?
can't see you. Can't see Nate. Where's
Oh, no.
Nate? Where is Nate?
Did I? Is it on the? You talking about on the stream or?
On the stream, yes.
Oh, I'll move you back here. I'll get Nate back on. People on the radio can't see. All right, there we go. I got to do it kind of manually in real time. It's our software here is.
Right there he is.
There we go.
So we're really stoked to have Infusion right before you during Summerfest, and that's a group of local shredders, legends.
They are.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I was actually gonna maybe get on the phone with you later and talk, just logistics and stuff, because we could probably, since you guys are right back to back, we can probably use some of the same gear on some things just to make everybody's life a little easier.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, cool. But yeah, we're gonna be there early too. So
okay, perfect.
My wife and I are gonna come out and just hang out for the day and watch some music and eat some food.
Cool.
Very cool. Yeah. There's gonna be some great food out there too.
Yeah.
We know 2 of our DJs right here are gonna have food booths. So
really?
Oh yeah, we've got
Old Man Mark,
we
right?
got old man Mark serving up some Italian sandwiches, some Italian steak and cheese sandwiches, and then
The reggae guy.
Yeah, in training, Chris, who's going to be our Saturday reggae DJ, has got the Shrimp Shack.
The Shrimp Shack's going to be
The
there.
Shrimp Shack, and he does some awesome stuff. He did.
Nice.
He did a couple weeks ago.
I'll be checking that one out.
Right. So he did it. He's from Hawaii, right? He's a native Hawaiian, and he did this dish a couple weeks ago. It was this wonderful. What's wrong with me? The
I don't know.
The fish. I just had the name in my head. A poke bowl. Like he did this really wonderful ahi tuna poke.
Okay.
With but instead of over rice, he put it over the top of sriracha Doritos.
What?
Oh, and it was amazing. It was so good. You would have never guessed.
I'm
that
stupefied.
would have
I
been
have
so
no
good.
response. I'm like, what?
You must have been in like a MSG coma after
Right?
that.
Right?
But it was worth it.
Well, I know. I mean, it's just a salt.
It was
but,
worth
I
it.
mean, just
It was
good.
it
Good
was
stuff.
an assault on the senses.
Yeah.
So what were you in awe of? Are you familiar with Pokey, Paula?
Me? No, not a clue. I still have the song in my head, so I'm just over here. I'm still bebopping to the song.
So Pokey's
To Lover's Will. Yeah, I'm still over here. It's
Yeah, she was really like immersed in the lyrics while it was going on too. I was watching this go on. We were having our own little dance party.
right, and Craig bringing us the air cowbell.
Yeah, the air cowbell.
Right? Yeah, he was doing some amazing. Yeah, and did you see? Hey, Nate, did you see? I was on the tambourine. I'm like, look, I can do a tambourine.
Yeah, you had that going. Craig has some good dance moves going on in there. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I am the closet disco dancer.
I was just sitting here in awe of their moves, man.
Yeah, I think people are thinking we're boosting up our coffee with something other than just caffeine.
Right.
It's just music. It's a high of music, a high
Right?
of good music, right?
You know, it's good to hear some good songs in the morning.
Oh, it's good.
So that was your song, Lover as Well. What are you going to be mostly playing songs from that album, or do you have some other standards that you play, or what should we expect?
I'll play a bunch of stuff from the last album, Breakout,
Oh, fun.
Very
which
cool.
you can also find online and everything. So I'll be playing like most of the upbeat songs from that album, and then a bunch of cover tunes that are fun.
Okay, so when you were here for Winterfest, you were doing a really cool like thing, like when you were doing your songs. Are you going to do that for Summerfest?
Do you remember doing that?
Was that just you being
Or was
really,
he
really
just like
cold?
getting frostbite and having a hard time singing?
Yeah, my face was numb.
Yeah.
My thumb was numb, so
I'm trying to sing, but I can't.
That was the nerve damage kicking in.
That could have been it for sure. But
So
I think I might know the song you're talking about, where I do like a DJ scratch thing.
Oh, I
Yeah.
loved it.
With-
Yeah.
with
So
my-
yeah, I was
with my
loving
voice.
that.
Yeah, it was-
I can pull that one out. We can do that one.
Oh,
Cool.
as a special
You just
request
have
for
to
Paula.
request it.
So are you going to bring
Yeah.
the trumpet out for a solo, or is that
No,
too
he's
much?
banished it. It's in
He's
a little
banished
piece.
it.
It's like in a little gold ball bashed into non-existence.
Well, speaking of your mouth being numb, that's what happens when you play trumpet. If you haven't played trumpet for a long time, your embouchure, the way that you hold your lips and the strength of that is called the embouchure.
Yeah.
So if that's just gone, you play the trumpet for like 3 seconds and your whole mouth goes numb.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you have to build up that endurance, or it's like with your guitar. If you stop playing for a while, your calluses go away.
That's right.
Do you still play the trumpet occasionally, or is that just like not in your repertoire anymore?
I play it like when I move, and I find it in the depths of the storage unit.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, here's my trumpet, and I pull it out, throw the mouthpiece in, and do it a little bit, and then put it away. Once
Nice.
my mouth goes numb.
But I've noticed, like,
that's about the extent of my trumpet playing.
for vocalists like yourself that have grown up playing a horn or a stringed instrument in a band or orchestra setting, it helps you intonate when you sing a lot because you hear it. You hear the pitches a little more clearly, I believe.
I have never played a trumpet, and I hear pitches very clearly.
Well, I think yeah. Well, I think it's kind of important when you do play an instrument to be able to intonate well.
Oh,
you know.
Yeah.
I know it's a bane for me when I'm playing the upright bass. It's like, oh man, that's so like, especially if I can't hear myself on stage because I'm having to find the pitches on the frets and I can't hear it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I ran into with the last show we played because we ran into a feedback loop that we didn't realize until the day after, and I was like, oh, I know why that was happening. The whole stage became a microphone.
You're right, Craig. Because playing the trumpet or any of the woodwinds, you do have a little bit of intonation control with your mouth, your embouchure. So you, like on the trumpet, you kind of have to bend the note slightly if it's just a little bit out of pitch. Like on the upright bass, where you're just rolling your finger
a little bit,
forward or up a little bit to find exactly right on. So yeah, you get your ear trained. So whether that helps with singing, I mean, I'm sure it does. I don't know if that's why I sing on pitch.
Well, I just think,
but I imagine it helps.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah.
I would imagine playing something like the trumpet too, really, with your breath control and your lung capacity. That, probably playing that as a kid probably really helped build up those, your chest and your lungs.
For sure. I think that would probably be the most benefit that I got out of playing the trumpet was learning how to use breath support correctly, learning like when to take breaths, and a really important one is phrasing.
Yeah, phrasing.
Right? Phrasing in music is really important. So like when I play the guitar, sometimes I'll just get on a rant and I'm just throwing fingers and throwing notes, and you kind of forget, hey, you got to phrase things to actually be musical. And so then it takes me back to playing the trumpet a lot, and I'll try to play the guitar the way that I would have to play notes on a trumpet, where you have to take a breath every once in a while, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, that was a big one to learn.
Do you find that breath control when you're playing an instrument is important? I'm not an instrument player, so it seems like it would be, right?
Well, I've noticed some people tend to like hold their breath.
I was gonna say, yeah.
When they're like really concentrating, they don't realize it, but they stop breathing, and you have to be like, keep the breaths going and be. It's like almost meditative, right? You just kind of like keep that going while you're playing. Yeah. I know with me and using like
the other thing for me when I'm playing, I'll sing or hum the notes that I'm playing on the guitar a lot of times, and that'll help me do better phrasing, because as I'm singing it, then when I feel I need to take a breath myself, I'll take a breath on the guitar, right? So I kind of use that to create the phrasing, just like I would if I was playing the trumpet. I'd have to breathe, or if I was singing, I have to breathe.
Yeah.
So singing along with what I'm playing really helps phrase things out a bit better.
So like when you see Billy Strings go crazy with his mouth while he's playing, is that him singing along with what he's playing?
Probably.
That's a lot of times that's what it is. Yep, exactly.
I love watching his face when he plays, man. He just plays with so much expression. He plays with from his toenails up to the top of the hair on his head.
Well, one thing I've noticed with when improvising a solo and to get like a unique phrasing, I'll start talking in my head. I'm like I'm having a conversation with the audience, so I'm thinking about words, and then like that's giving me the expression of the notes, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And, I'm doing like different patterns that I know that are in the key and whatnot, but I'm like kind of talking through it, and that gives me just a cadence kind of in the way it's delivered. So yeah, it's an interesting craft. It really is.
Yeah.
Nice.
Absolutely. Yeah, like a call and response kind of thing, where if you imagine having a conversation, you're saying something and then the person's responding to what you said. So yeah, if you're imagining talking like that in between your notes. Yeah, it's like play the notes that you're not actually playing.
Mm-hmm.
That's something that people buy a lot too. Is like, focus on the stuff you're not playing.
Very cool.
Well, yeah, and like it's like, okay, so I hear this phrase in my head. Well, what if I played back to that instead of playing what I think I should be playing? Maybe I should be playing a response to it. And that's not necessarily my idea, but it's something that I've heard before, and I'm like, wow, that just kind of opens up a whole new level of soloing. So
that makes a lot of sense, instead of...
Yeah.
No, go ahead, Nate.
Oh, I was just say, that there's a lot of little sayings like that go around with players, and if you try to think about all of them at once while you're playing, then you probably would never play anything, because
right.
Well, it's kind of like music.
Most of the sayings are to play what don't play. It's like all about not playing and the space and the phrasing and the breaths and all of that. So if you did everything, you probably wouldn't play a single note.
Well, and I look at music theory in a way, like when we'll sit and we'll be talking about music theory. Well, when we're playing, let's not talk about music theory. Let's play, and then we can analyze it later. We can dissect it later and figure out why that was working or whatever. But just do it first, and then it's like it's good to have that in your as a toolkit. But at the same time, it's like just get out there and play. And find out what's fun and what sounds good to you at that moment, and then analyze it. It's like
yeah. A lot of my students that are interested in theory, a lot of students are not, but the people who are interested in theory, a lot of times get hung up on it, like you're saying, and so then when you're out there playing, you're there thinking too much about the theory. Right, and trying to follow the theory and the rules, well, that takes up too much time, and it just clogs up any sort of creativity. So, at some point you have to be able to let go of that and let the music move, right, and the feeling and everything of the music move through you, and that should be at that point just like based off of the theory things that you have practiced and learned. Right. So now it is like happening without thinking about it. And then, later, like you said, Craig, go back and listen to what you did and you go, oh, that's cool. Look at that. I used this or that or the other thing in the music theory realm.
Right.
Nice.
You can label it.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that. We got a nice little music lesson this morning.
Well, no, it's cool because Daniel, my husband, is very much into music theory and understands it. But what I notice as a singer, as a vocalist, is that when we change keys or when we're doing something, he can immediately go, okay, well, I'm here now, and this is where I need to go, and these are the harmonies here, and this is where. So having that knowledge is really, really great, especially when you have a bunch of very, very talented musicians, because you can say, okay, the vibe isn't right. Let's switch it to a minor. Let's do it this way, and everybody can just switch right with you. They're like, okay, well, we're going to go here then. So it's a wonderful knowledge to have. It gives you so much more flexibility. It gives you so much more expression, knowing that if you just want to tweak something just that little bit, understanding the theory behind it kind of helps guide you about where to go for the effect and the feeling that you're trying to get. So. Very cool.
Absolutely. And Dave Calhoun, the bass player in Karma's Circle, he and I, we do that all the time. Like, we'll be playing a song and I'll play a chord that's supposed to be major. I'll play it as a minor 6 or something just for fun and look over at him, and I'll be like, whoa, and he'll just switch the note that he's doing right there, and then we kind of meld back into where it's supposed to be, or we'll end the song, on a major 7, major 13, nice, that's cool, awesome. Big major chord when it's supposed to be minor, just for the heck of it. Yeah, it's pretty fun when people can hear it.
Yeah, I do that too. I end on not the tonic, that stuff. I love that. I love just leaving people on a suspended chord. Like, sorry guys, you're gonna have to deal with that yourself.
No resolve at all.
Leave it with them and walk away. Well, tell you what, Nate, we're about at the end of the show here. Now I'm on your website, NateOstrandermusic.com. Where you can download that song "Lovers Will" we just heard. It's 99 cents. I did that myself right at the beginning of the show. You've also got your last album, Breakout, that you talked a little bit about. No, tell me to pick a song here to lead us out with, to end the show with. What we'll do is we'll wrap things up here. I'll give my little spiel about what's coming up later, and then tell us what song we're going to hear when we leave the show.
Oh, I think you definitely got to end it with Breakout.
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 Okay. And just to be safe, that's all like radio safe lyrics, right?
I'm reading the lyrics. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you. Paula's already ahead of me here.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Nate, for joining us today.
It's a great song.
I'm glad that you were able to make Wednesday work for us, and I'm excited to be working with you on Saturday. We're gonna have a great time here in Chewelah for Summerfest at the Chewelah Center Stage at the park. There's gonna be a ton of stuff happening there. We got duck regatta, we got a pickleball tournament, we got a little league baseball tournament. We have the children's pavilion has
Children's Art Festival.
Children's Art Festival. So I mean, lots of activities happening. We got a
Bike
car
show.
show out at Missisquoi Casino. I mean, it's Chewelah's gonna be hopping.
Yeah.
So come enjoy the fun, everybody.
From top to bottom, man. All right, and you can also stay tuned.
Thanks.
Oh, no problem. Yeah,
thanks for having me on, you guys. I really appreciate it again, and I really look forward to come out and play. And and by the way, Chuck.
Yes, sir.
You can get some Chucks on my website too. You can get merch on there. You can get some Chucks for Chuck.
You got Nate Ostrander Chuck Taylors?
Yeah.
Wow.
What?
Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
Mind blown.
Tell us the name of your website again.
It's NateOstrandermusic.com.
There you go. Perfect. Do you have any in yellow? Because I'm in the market for some yellow Chucks.
I'm surprised you're not modeling your own Chucks there.
Right?
I think there might be some yellow or orange or something like that on there. Yeah, there's some cool stuff. Go check it out.
Okay, I will. I'll check that out. All right, and thank you, Nate, for that. I'm gonna now I got more shopping to do. Sorry, honey, I'm gonna spend some more money. All right, and join us tonight from 6 to 8 p.m. with Music for the Mountain. 8 to 10 p.m. is Dirt Road Blues with our very own Dirt Road Doug McQuain and this guy's dad right here.
My dad.
And from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m., we have Planetary Radio, Sea Change Radio, Echo Shock, Total, and Earth Date. And you can tune in tomorrow morning for the KCHW Morning Show with myself. We have Gina Greenwood, and our special guests tomorrow are going to be our very own Paula Randall. And we have two young folks. We have Bridger, and was it Cora?
Bridger Johnson and Ella Volz.
Oh, Ella, yes. They're going to be joining us tomorrow morning to talk about the Tempest.
Oh, very cool.
So very excited to have them on. It's Thursday morning. We're going to be inspiring youth with Chuck and Gina.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a great show. Fun to have the youngsters on. And again, we're going to take us out here with Breakout. Tell us a little bit about the song and say goodbye to everybody, Nate.
Okay. The song Breakout was written a very long time ago. It's on the album from 2012. It was one of the first songs that I wrote after learning guitar. And it's mostly about just doing your own thing, being able to do your own thing and not getting caught up in the world and caught up in your own mind and just breaking out of all that mess.
Outstanding. Nate Ostrander, catch him Saturday night right here at the Chewelah Summerfest.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Have a good one, Nate. Thanks for joining us. Sorry about that. I accidentally hit a button. That was just a sample of the song. If you want to hear more, come on out to the Summerfest on Saturday. Thank you, Net, for joining us. We'll be back, everybody, later. You guys have a great one. This has been your KCHW Morning Show right here on KCHW 102.7. Your Northern Lights Public Radio.